Hello everyone, my name is Joel Matori and I am the section leader for this project. Welcome to a quick summary video about the Real Estate Data Analysis Capstone project. This project is focused on gathering and analyzing real estate data in Tucson, Arizona. I recently got interested in real estate and wanted to see if data science and data analysis could be used to help better understand the market. I decided to then create a project based on that initial idea. Each section of the project is broken up into different tasks. Each task was then assigned to a different member. Each member then got to choose an area they wanted to focus on for this project. Finally, let's go ahead and hear from my fellow group members and learn about what they did.
My name is Haley Bejarano, and my contribution to this project is making visualizations to show relationships, commonalities, and differences among various features of over 600 housing listings in Tucson. In total, I made 10 different visualizations that illustrate relationships between features such as averages of price, year of house built, and housing taxes. In analyzing these various features, I was able to show the impact of certain key features and how common or uncommon these features are in the Tucson housing market today. Most importantly, these visualizations illustrate the averages of what kinds of features are available in various types of housing. They show what makes housing unique for each area in Tucson. The biggest obstacle I faced with this project was gathering the data we needed to make our analyses with. It was hard to get viable housing data, and our group had to come together and each collect data individually to make a usable data set from scratch. What I learned of working on this project is that communication and solid team collaboration are key to creating a successful project. These are skills I will take away for use in my future career.
Hi, my name is Winston Cox, and I created a neural network to predict whether the price of a home was above or below the median price of $359,000. The neural network predicted binary factors, and once that model was created and saved to an HDF5 file, I tested it on 2,000 data points that I hadn't seen before and got an accuracy score of roughly 75%. I also created a word cloud to highlight the most common words found throughout different housing descriptions. The word cloud is an interactive model that allows the user to hover over it and see the word, as well as the number of times it appears in all of the descriptions. I think the biggest problem I faced was collecting data. Real estate data is invaluable and therefore very difficult to obtain, as most services don't have APIs to connect to. My greatest takeaway was learning how to gather and clean data with a real world problem. It was difficult, but also incredibly rewarding.
Hi, my name is Mason Harper, and my focus during this project was to create two different types of models. The first being a Pearson's correlation coefficient, with the goal of being able to find the house features that had the strongest correlation to the price of the house. Here you can see the visualization that I made, which was a heat map. The second model that I made was a decision tree that would use the correlation between the features and price to predict the price of a house. For both models, there are a total of 12 visualizations. A visualization that covers the entirety of the Tucson area for each model, and then 11 visualizations of each model that are focused on zip codes in Tucson that had at least 120 home listings. For my models, I needed there to be at least 120 listings for the model to be accurate and produce an actual correlation coefficient. The separation of the zip codes kind of really showed the importance of certain features over the others when looking at these different areas throughout the city. I worked out in Python and then had to transfer it over to R Markdown and eventually make our R publication. The biggest problem that we faced was data, and I think that I went for the whole group. We all manually scraped around 1,000 listings each, compiled them, and then manipulated them, the data to fit our specific needs for our specific models. We kind of found out that in the real estate industry, gathering data is not easily possible without paying a lot of money. APIs aren't readily available, and the existing sites like Zillow, Redfin, or Realtor.com do not want to give out their data at all. As a result, my biggest takeaway stems from the biggest problem that we faced. Our group really had to adapt in a situation where there was such a lack of readily available data for us to use. But through our teamwork, our communication, and the leadership that we had, we were really able to successfully complete all of our tasks.
Hello, my name is Joel Matori and I was in charge of using linear regression to help explain the relationship of our target, which was the price of a house. My job was to interpret the relationships between the features gathered and the target to see which features would be best to use in a model for predicting housing prices, while also explaining the majority of the target aiming for a high R-squared percentage. At first, when creating linear models, I was quite unsuccessful when trying to explain our target price with thousands of observations being used. Because I kept getting low R-squared values, I then decided to group the observations by zip code. I figured this would help narrow the target, thus helping the features explain more about our target per zip code. I was right. After doing this, I was able to consistently create models with R-squared values averaging mid 80%. After doing this, I then used these features to create models that could predict the housing price based on the features selected from the data we gathered. Looking at the data frame shown, we're able to see two different methods for creating models while viewing their summary statistics. We can see the R-squared value alongside the zip code it was grouped by and how many observations are in each model. Lastly, we can also see how much our model is off viewing the RMSE statistic. This section of the project taught me about the importance of feature selection and why it's crucial to understand the impact of different features when trying to interpret your target.